want to talk about a concept that is likely familiar to everybody, the 80-20 principle, but I also want to suggest it is well worth revisiting. So as a quick reminder, the 80-20 principle shows us that the 20% results in the 80%. It says that 80% of outcomes come from 20% of the efforts. And this ratio appears in various aspects in business and throughout our life. And it has deep implications. Concerning sales, it means that 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your clients. And 80% of your most impactful work is likely achieved in just 20% of your time. Concerning customer service, 80% of your complaints stem from 20% of the same recurring issues. And outside the business world, 80% of crimes are committed by 20% of the criminals. 80% of football games are won by the same 20% of the teams. 80% of healthcare resources are consumed by 20% of patients. And 20% of the drivers cause 80% of traffic accidents. Maybe that's not a surprise. Now, here's the question: how do we harness this principle in our business world? Well, here are some ideas. Well, firstly, focus on the top 20% of your clients who generate the most revenue. Deepen those relationships, offer them tailored solutions, and ensure they are happy and satisfied. This will not only foster loyalty, but it will boost revenue. Recognize the 20% of your team who consistently deliver top results and provide them with opportunities for growth, with mentorship and recognition. And at the same time, identify roadblocks affecting the rest of the organization and address those directly. Optimize your product offering. Identify the 20% of your products or your services that generate 80% of your profits, and channel your resources into innovating and marketing those core offerings, and consider eliminating or improving the others that are less profitable. Concerning customer experience, focus on just 20% of the issues that cause 80% of your customer dissatisfaction and solve those problems, and that'll enhance the overall customer experience and it will reduce your costs. Now, by revisiting and applying the 80-20 principle, we can drive significant improvements in our business and with our teams. It's about working smarter, not harder, and maximizing our efforts and our time. This is a great book I'd like to recommend by Richard Koch, The 80-20 Principle, The Secret to Achieving More with Less. I've honestly read this book probably 4 or 5 times, and while the principles aren't new, the power and relevance of the 80-20 rule make it worth revisiting. So here's to smarter, more effective business practices. Until next time, keep innovating and improving.